Hello guys, Rawbat1 here, coming at you with a whole new Yu-Gi-Oh video. And in today's Yu-Gi-Oh video, I'm going to be showing you the new and improved way to play heroes. And honestly guys, you're probably thinking new and improved, but how can you improve heroes any further than they already are, seeing as they have reached pretty much peak perfection if you are playing the Fusion Destiny and Vision Hero Forest package in your hero decks? Well, I'm going to tell you guys right now that I am not playing those cards. I have kind of realized that yes, Vision Hero Forest and Fusion Destiny with heroes has reached peak perfection. You cannot improve that version of heroes any more than it has been improved so far, because there's nothing to improve there. They've already got everything they could potentially need. They've got disruption, they've got literally board wipes, they've got banishing, they've got skill drain, but I feel like that isn't enough anymore. And honestly, in the current game of Yu-Gi-Oh, that isn't, because the game right now is very focused on negates. And you know, the one thing that hero doesn't have is negates. It doesn't have any way to negate. It has a skill drain, sure, in Destiny Hero Plasma, but it doesn't have any Omni negates, it doesn't have any monster negates, it doesn't have any back row negates, which is the biggest issue with heroes right now. And I've realized, yes, that version of heroes has reached perfection in its own way, having tons of disruptions and tons of ways to destroy the board, but because it has not got any negates, it has kind of reached its peak and can't really do anything in the current meta of Yu-Gi-Oh! So what have I done with heroes today? Today I have done a hero list. I have made heroes go back in time a bit to a time where we didn't play the Vision Hero package, or we didn't play the Destiny Hero cards in the deck, and I've kind of made it to a point where it's even stronger now because we're not playing those cards. And you're probably thinking, yeah, you've gone back a bit to do that, but how does that make it better? And I think it makes it better because with this change, the deck technically now has infinite possibilities, because instead of just being focused on only playing hero cards because of Vision Hero Forest and Fusion Destiny lock you into hero cards, you can now play any warriors in the game, you can play any extra deck card in the game, and you can do whatever you want with a hero deck now. So guys, this is my new and improved hero list. Hopefully you will enjoy, hopefully you'll realize the reasonings and the ideas behind this, and I hope you do enjoy, guys, because I have been working on this deck list quite a bit. I did a lot of testing since the replay that I showed you guys, realizing certain things that need to be changed, certain things that need to be added, and all of this other stuff, and I hope you do enjoy, guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and put this extra deck to the side, show you guys the deck list, and show you a different way to play heroes that is just kind of old because, well, I used to play this way anyway without those cards. So let's go ahead and show you guys the new version of heroes. So starting off, we do play the 2 Elemental Hero Shadow Mist, and you're probably thinking, why 2 Shadow Mist? Well, because we don't want to open multiples in our opening hand. Like, drawing multiples of Elemental Hero Shadow Mist in our opening hand is absolutely terrible. Like, honestly, you always want 1 in your hand, which is why I play 2, because if you play 2, the chance of you having 1 in your hand are there, and we are playing a lot of ways to actually search the Shadow Mist, but 2 is more than enough, because if we do have 3 and we draw multiple, the 3rd one or the 2nd one we draw with the Shadow Mist in our hand already is just going to be a brick. And 1 is enough because we want to open it in our opening hand so we can special summon it to go ahead and get the Mask Chain, so we can go ahead and make Darklaw. But playing more than 2 is literally just risking drawing double Shadow Mist, having a brick hand, and not being able to do anything. Because you never want a normal Shadow Mist, you always want to special him. I will make that very clear. He is a monster you will be special summoning on your turn 1 almost every game. And that's because we play multiple ways to search him, we play multiple ways to special summon him, and he is very important to be special summoned, so you can actually guarantee on that turn 1 that you can make the Darklaw along with an Omni negate on your board, or some form of negate or disruption for your opponent's turn. So 2 Shadow Mist, he will always be summoned turn 1 most likely. If you don't draw a way to search him, that kind of sucks, but honestly, 2 is enough. You do not want to draw multiple in your opening hand, so we only play 2. Next, we play 1 Stratus. You're probably also thinking, why 1 Stratus? I do not want to normal summon this card ever. He is a very strong card, don't get me wrong. On normal summon, he searches a Strato Mist, and that gets us to pretty much the whole combo. But if you open Stratos without an additional extender that's a free summon from the hand, he does nothing. He is literally just normal summon past 9 times out of 10, and I only want to be playing one of him because, well, I want to special summon him through monster effects that say special summon 9 times out of 10, such as Elemental Hero Solid Soldier, or like an effect such as Hero Lives to special summon him from the deck. And playing more than one of him just means, oh, I've got more normal summons in the deck when I don't want to be normal summoning anything but one card in the deck, or maybe 2 at times, because if we do open hands, that sometimes we want to normal summon something else. And the times where we do want to normal summon him is when we open like a Fire Flint Lady and him in our opening hand, or like a Joker's Knight, to be able to get that free additional special summon to go ahead and guarantee full combo. Because I'll be honest, if you normal summon Stratus and have an extender, that's 2 warriors plus the Shadow Mist, and that's full combo. But 9 times out of 10, you're not going to want to normal the Stratos, so we only play the one Stratos. He's very strong card, don't get me wrong, but you only play the one, you only need the one, so we only play one in the deck. Continuing on though, we play one Elemental Hero Solid Soldier. We play the one Solid Soldier because there are times where you have hands where you just draw, I've drawn multiple equals, I've drawn hero cards, and I don't have any way to gain 2 warriors. So pretty much Solid Soldier just says, oh, I'm a normal summon that can special summon a hero from my hand. So we just go normal summon, special the Stratos. Stratos goes ahead and gets the Shadow Mist. Then we make a Soul Day, go full combo from there. I realized that we needed to play him after a lot of testing of just drawing hands where we open like multiple hand traps, or like a hero plus equal with the hand traps or back row that we can't really use. So I kind of came to that conclusion that we need to play the Solid Soldier to just guarantee that we have that additional special summon from hand and that additional type of normal summon, just to go ahead and guarantee that we can go into our full combo turn 1 if we do open a hand with just multiple equal or stuff like that. So we're playing the one Solid Soldier for that reason. One Liquid Soldier. Reason we're playing Liquid Soldier is for a turn 2 play, because 9 times out of 10 with the Shadow Mist, if you send it to the graveyard during your opponent's turn, you're going to search the Liquid Soldier, so you can then normal summon the Liquid Soldier, special summon the Shadow Mist back, and get another Mask Change to potentially make a second Darklaw, or to make something just useful. So we're playing the one Liquid Soldier because he just says special summon from the graveyard hero, and then you have the turn 2 play that can also go into rank 4 plays, or to another Link play, or something along those lines. So one Liquid Soldier. So yeah, one Liquid Soldier. He's just very, very good. We want to play the one of him. Continuing on though, we play 3 Neo Space Connector along with the 1 Aqua Dolphin. Honorary hero cards, guys, but the reason we're playing this engine is because it's literally 1 card equals 2 warriors, and that's full combo as long as we have Shadow Mist or a way to get to him. And also because Aqua Dolphin says, I look at my opponent's hand and I just discard a card from it. So if we normal summon the Space Connector, they don't ash it. We just go ahead and special summon the Dolphin, look at our opponent's hand, discard a hand trap or discard an Ash Blossom or something along those lines, and just deal with issues that our opponent has. So Aqua Dolphin, very strong, and Connector just makes it even better because also you can technically discard 2 cards in 1 turn with Aqua Dolphin, because you can just go ahead and use Connector, tribute it, special summon the Dolphin from the graveyard, and then do it again. So Connector is just very strong, 1 card, 2 warriors, full combo with at least a Dragoon. Next we play though the 3 Joker's Knight and a 1 King's Knight, because honestly, guys, this is insane, and if you haven't picked these up, I suggest you pick these up, because Joker's Knight is actually an insane card for a lot of reasons. One, he is a Magician's Souls that literally sends a King's, Queen's, or Jack's Knight to the graveyard to special summon himself as cost from the hand. So he sends the King's, Queen's, or Jack's Knight to the graveyard to then special summon himself for effect, but sends this as cost, obviously. Which is just a free warrior summon, and some people think, oh, it's just a free warrior summon. What's a free warrior summon going to do? But as I said earlier, if we do open the Stratos and we open Joker's Knight, that's full combo, so that's really good right there. But the reason why this is actually absolutely insane, on top of being just a free warrior extender, is that this is an infinitely recurrable card. Like, honestly, every turn, you get Joker's Knight back to your hand. And that's because during the end phase, you can shuffle a light warrior in your graveyard into the deck to go ahead and add him back to your hand during the end phase. So literally, on the turn you summon him, you send King's Knight to the graveyard, and then at the end of your turn, you literally just go, oh, shuffle away King's Knight, go ahead and add the Joker's Knight back to hand. So then you have Joker's Knight in your hand for, well, a discard fodder for a Dragoon or something along those lines, or to be able to summon during the next turn. Or if you do discard it for like a Dragoon effect, you can also go ahead and shuffle away in a Soul Day, because you can shuffle away any light warrior monster, giving you recyclability for your Soul Days and extra cards, or even your Neo Space Connectors, because they're light warriors too. and just add it back to your hand to then summon again on the next turn. So he's just an infinitely recurable resource, because during each end phase, not even your own end phase, you can just shuffle back a light warrior, add him to your hand, and then just keep using him every turn. So he's just an infinitely recurable warrior resource in this deck, and Joker's Knight is absolutely insane because of that. And if you haven't picked him up, guys, I highly suggest you pick up Joker's Knight. He's an absolutely insane card, and is definitely going to be used in warrior decks to come, because he's just really strong. He's a really good card, and you can play the Queen's Knight if you want, though. I just play the King's Knight because I can. Continuing on, though, from there, we play 2 Fire Flint Lady and 1 Infernal Knight Renowned. These are just the level 1s that we're going to be summoning off Orasada 9 times out of 10. The Fire Flint Lady is the most important one, because obviously you summon her onto the board, and then you can just tribute her to go ahead and summon the Shadow Mist to the board to then go ahead and get your Mask Change from the deck. And that's 9 times out of 10 what you're going to be doing as well. You just go ahead and special summon the Renowned, send an equip spell, add the equip spell, normally going to be the Infernal Knight Durandal. And then just go ahead and add the Fire Flint Lady, special the Fire Flint Lady because you control a warrior monster, and then you just go ahead and summon the Darklaw, or the Shadow Mist, to go ahead and get the Mask Change to summon the Darklaw. And honestly, that's only really possible and really consistent in this deck because of Infernal Knight Renowned, because Renowned is a very key card in this deck, because it says, basically, if this card is special summoned, you can target any equipped spell in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So you can literally add back a Living Fossil, you can add back Revival, you can add back your Durandal, as I said, to go ahead and search the Fire Flint Lady. You can add back literally any equip spell in the entire deck, in the entire game, with this card, and Isolde gets it into the graveyard to go ahead and summon it. So you go ahead and go +2 off, well, literally +3 off one Isolde. Like, literally, Isolde is +3 because you go ahead and add a warrior to discard, you go ahead and summon the Renowned, and then Renowned just goes ahead and gets you the rituals, the equip spell. So it's just absolutely insane that Renowned exists, and you have to be playing it in this deck because it literally enables so many different things because of it exists. Like, honestly, really strong card, really good card. You have to be playing it in the deck. And then what else we play? We play the 1 Red Eyes and 1 Dark Magician because we are playing Dragoons, because 9 times out of 10, our end board will be like a Dragoon plus a Darklaw, and Dragoon plus Darklaw is normally game anyway, so have fun there. And literally, it's just Dark Magician and Red Eyes. You have to be playing one of each. It's not really debatable to play less, so play one of each. And then for hand traps, we play 2 Ash Blossom and 2 Ghost Spell. I was really debating hand trap ratio, and I kind of came to the conclusion that this is kind of like the 2 hand traps that I really want to be seeing in my opening hand, because, well, the Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion just says, oh, if you're going to go ahead and use Lydia's Servant, if you're going to go ahead and revive a card, if you're going to do anything that really says, oh, I'm going to take something out of my graveyard or do something with my graveyard, it says no. And then obviously Ash Blossom does the same thing, but if it's from deck, if you're going to add something from your deck, if you're going to search, if you're going to summon from deck, if you're going to do anything like that. So I came down to the conclusion of 2 Bell, 2 Ash in the main deck for the monster hand traps, and I felt like it was just correct. It's working, it's been working out, it's been doing well, so we're playing 2 for now. But those are all the monsters in the deck. Honestly, I've tried to make this as consistent as possible warrior-based wise, and I feel like I'm getting to that point where it is really perfect. Like, honestly, right now, I think it's perfect, and I don't know if I'll realize any more changes that need to be made through further testing, but right now, I feel like this is very strong and is very good. So, honestly, warrior monster lineup, I'm very happy with. Like, the only things you could potentially change is potentially put in more warrior extenders, like maybe cut the ghost spells and the ashes, put like red layers in or something, so you can have even more free special summons from the deck, well, from your hand, so you can have more warrior extenders. But right now, very happy with it, very happy with what I'm doing, and it's just really good regardless. So yeah, but going on to spell cards, we are playing obviously the free Equal. Equal is just very good. It says you go ahead and search any hero card from your elemental hero card from your deck to your hand, and obviously 9 times out of 10 it's going to be the Solid Soldier or the Shadow Mist to go ahead and either use the Solid Soldier to special summon a hero from your hand, or going to be the Shadow Mist to go ahead and special summon off the Fire Flint Lady. So you want to be playing 3 of this. You want to play as much consistently cards to get to your Shadow Mist as well, which is why we're playing 3 of the Equal. We're also playing 2 Pot of Prosperity in the deck. I know it's expensive, I know it's a lot of money, but the card is actually very strong. Being able to just excavate the top 3 cards by banishing 3 cards from our edge deck can be very useful to get us to even more hand traps, to have disruption for our opponent's turn, to get us to a combo piece from the top of our deck to be able to play the game. The card has a lot of instances where it's good, and honestly, 3 Pot of Prosperity, there is no reason why you should be playing it. 2 is, my opinion, is enough though, because, well, I have a lot more guaranteed cards than I do Prosperity. prosperity, so I felt like 2 was enough. Plus, I don't think I will ever use the 3rd in this deck. I honestly don't, so yeah, 2 prosperity I feel like is enough. You don't need to be playing more than 2. If you want to play the 3rd though, you can. It's just like, I don't think I ever would use the 3rd, and with a lot of guarantee cards in the deck, it's like, this is good, but guarantees are normally better. Like, if I could figure out more guarantee cards, like more consistently good guarantee cards in the game, like maybe if there was, I don't know, another, like they added 2 Rotoback, I'll probably cut this for completely if they put Rotoback to free. But if there was more like guarantee cards that just guaranteed me the Warriors or the Heroes, I'll probably play those over the Prosperities, but I just play Prosperity because it's a card that can excavate the top 3, potentially get me to a play. Like, that's the whole reason behind it. Or get me to more hand traps, which does come up sometimes. But after that, though, we play, obviously, the 1 Rotor as well. Searches the Neo Space Connector, searches Shadow Mist, searches everything we could possibly want. So we obviously play the 1 Rotor. 1 Hero Lives to summon the Stratus from the deck. This is literally the whole reason I played the Stratos, because Hero Lives plus Stratos equals full combo, so why wouldn't you play it? Literally just really good. 1 Instant Fusion, because it's an additional Warrior Extender, just special summon a Fusion Warrior from the extra deck, and then just go from there. 2 Mask Change. I wanted to play at least 2 Mask Change and not 3, because I don't want to see this in my opening hand either, like the Shadow Mist, but it's okay to see in the opening hand if we open a hero-based hand, so pretty much, I don't want to play the 3rd. I like the card at 2, and we're playing it at 2. So, yeah, 3 is a bit much as well for this deck, and it obviously, because we're not purely focused on the hero area where we're playing a lot of different warrior monsters, we're never going to really guarantee that the Mask Change is live, so it's better to just search it, play 2, potentially have 1 in hand for when we do draw like the Shadow Mist, or we have a way to search the Shadow Mist in case the Shadow Mist gets negated. So it's just pretty much there for that, so we can have that. But 2 is enough for me. I don't really like the 3rd, and I feel like that is fine. For equip spells though, we're playing the 1 Durandal to search the Fireflint Lady, to search the Renowned, just so we can go ahead and guarantee more consistency, and also guarantee that we can get away to Fireflint Lady to special summon the Shadow Mist from our hand. 1 Living Fossil, because it's a monster reborn. It's basically the same as the Renowned, and in terms of times where you have to actually special summon the Shadow Mist from your deck or from your hand, because you can't really do anything else, and you won't have to use it to go into your Dragoon and stuff as well, you can just go ahead and use the Living Fossil, summon back the Shadow Mist that you've already special summoned to get the Mask Change, and still use Mask Change on it, because Mask Change doesn't need to send a graveyard for its effect. It just needs to basically make the monster leave the board, and you can still summon your Darklaw. So pretty much the Living Fossil is still really strong in this deck. And then 1 Overdone Burial, because this card is always live, because guess what? Joker's Knight, as I said before, is infinite recurable resource, so we could just use this, discard it, and summon literally any monster in our deck. Like, hey, I run a ton of level 1s, level 4s, Joker's Knight is level 5, it's sick. I can just discard it with Overdone Burial, add it back to the hand at the end of the turn. No reason why not to play it. And I kind of realized that we needed to play 3 equip spells in the deck as well, guys, after a lot of testing, because originally I was just playing the Durandal and the Living Fossil, but the other day I realized that when we go into the late game, the 3rd ritual spell does come up, and I chose Overdone Burial as it because of obviously the infinite resource that is Joker's Knight. So Overdone Burial is really good, so that's why we're playing it there as well. And then we also play 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, because it's Harpy's Feather Duster, it's just back row removal, it's just really, really strong as well in that aspect. And 1 Red Eyes Fusion, because, well, we need to play it for the Dragoon package. There's not really else to say there. And then for purple cards we played 2 Imperm, basically playing 6 hand traps in the deck. I was kind of debating if I wanted to play 3 of something instead of just the 2 Imperm, the 2 Bell, and the 2 Ash, but I felt like all of these had their utilities in the decks, so I chose to play 2/2/2, and I'm kind of liking it at 2/2/2. Like, I feel like there's always a chance to draw them. I feel like every hand I at least have 1 hand trap to try and disrupt my opponent, and honestly, it's not always bad, because right now a lot of decks do kind of lose to 1 hand trap at times as long as you hit them in the right area. So yeah, I'm kind of happy with the hand trap lineup I'm playing right now. So we're playing 2 Imperm, 2 Bell, and 2 Ash, of course. And then the last card we're actually playing is 1 Imperial Order, because this has kind of become a staple in the game. It's funny how you have to kind of play this to beat a lot of different decks, because if you just flip this, 9 times out of 10, if your opponent's playing a spell-oriented deck like Sky Striker, for instance, you'll just win. And if your opponent opens only spells, or they open spells that they need to actually resolve to go into combos, then Imperial Order just wins you the game. So there's no real reason not to play the Imperial Order. Like, the card is just really strong. It's like a staple in this format, so you should really be playing it when you think about it. But yeah, so that's the main deck. Honestly, guys, I'm very, very happy with the main deck. I've done a lot of testing with it, a lot of extensive thought into it, and I'm really just trying to make it the best I possibly can, and I feel like it's gotten there. I feel like it's really going to do that, get better as well. Like, honestly, like, this deck has infinite possibilities, and I feel like because of that, it will just keep getting better and better and better. But right now, I feel like I've hit a point where I'm very happy with it. It can be better, but I feel like it's perfect as it is right now. But guys, obviously there are going to be ways to improve this, and I will keep trying new things, but that's just the main deck right now. And let's actually go on to the extra deck though, so you can see what we're playing in the extra deck, because I've talked about the main deck for a long time, and I've given you my reasonings. So let's give you the reasonings for the extra deck, because it's very, very good, but I need to show you the extra deck to give you more things. So let's go into the extra deck. So first off, we play obviously the Verte Anaconda. This is for the Dragoon package. Obviously, you go ahead and make this. You send the Red Eyes Fusion, you make Dragoon. Nothing really too big about Verte. It's just there for Dragoon package. One Masquerena, because it can come up where we actually make Darklaw. We make Darklaw, Verte, Dragoon with an IP Masquerena on board. You can actually open those boards in this deck, and when we do that, it's actually very good. So we just go ahead and make the IP, we play the IP, so we can go ahead and make Appaloosa or a Nightmare Unicorn during our opponent's turn, as well as also the Dragoon plus Darklaw, and it's just very good when we actually make those kind of boards. So we want to play the one IP Masquerena for that. 2 Isolde, the second one comes up if we ever get impermed on the first one, so we go ahead and use effect, attempt to search. Opponent imperms the effect to search for some reason. Summon another warrior, and then we just go ahead and make the second Isolde and send to grave, so we can go ahead and actually go into the rest of our plays. So we play 2 Isolde for that. 1 Nightmare Phoenix is back removal, no really big deal there. Nightmare Unicorn, also removal of its kind. We make it with Nightmare Unicorn. Well, we go ahead, make Phoenix, then make Unicorn, or we just go ahead and use the IP Masquerena to go ahead and make the Unicorn, so it's just like that with the Verte. 1 Appaloosa, because we can also make this turn 1 with Dragoon and also Darklaw. There are times where we can do it. I've done it. It's not the easiest thing. You have to open in very specific hands to actually guarantee it, but it does come up, and you can also make it during your opponent's turn more often because of the IP Masquerena, and it comes up, so we play it. 1 Broadsword for OTKs. The OTK engine can come up very easily as well, so we want to be playing the 1 Broadsword for that. 1 Dweller for Graveyard Disruption. Like, we can also make Dweller turn 1 with a Darklaw and a Dragoon, so we can do it, so we do it. Like, it comes up. 1 Light Dragon Agnista, and not for the reason you think, but because we play an AA Zeus. And the reason why is because, well, this card, this is an Xyz monster that says if it would be destroyed, you just detach a material. So we go ahead and attack a big monster, go ahead and let this do as a material. Main phase 2, make the AA Zeus, clear our opponent's entire board. Like, legit, I realized that, and I wanted to do it, and it works at sometimes, and if our opponent has cleared our board and we have the Liquid Soldier in hand, then we just go ahead and make the Zeus with the Light Dragon Pulsar, and we do go there. And if our opponent has a face-up monster on board that has a negate that doesn't destroy, we can always just declare this effect to detach a material, and then just pop a face-up card on the board. So it comes up, these 2 cards are very good, and we're playing the Zeus in it. You could cut these cards, but I like them, so we're playing them. We also play the 1 Carabonola Warrior. We play him obviously because we play the Instant Fusion. He's the Warrior Instant Fusion target, so we play him. 2 Darklaw because, well, we play the 2 Mars Chain, so we can always make the second Darklaw. And Darklaw is just a really, really insane card, obviously being an Omni Banish that can also banish cards from your opponent's hand whenever they add a card from their deck to their hand. Like, this is purely Darklaw Turbo as well, so you always want to end on Darklaw. And 2 Darklaw is enough because we can make 1 in the early game and we can make 1 in the late game, so we obviously play the 2 for that. And then the last card we're playing is 1 Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, just a very good card that does a lot of different things, that just says negate, says pop, does a lot of things, so the card is very strong. And when you have a board that literally has Dragoon and Darklaw on it, then you're gonna win that game. Like, honestly, if you make Darklaw Dragoon, I win 90% of the time, and the only times I don't win is if my opponent's playing Darklaw no more instead of Droplets, because if they play Droplets under Darklaw, they can't actually use the Droplets because they can't send to graveyard as cost, so they can't use Droplets under Darklaw, so you just win that game. But yeah, guys, that is the deck profile though. Like, honestly, I have put a lot, and I mean a lot of thought into this deck. I've been testing multiple avenues of ways to play it. I've been trying to think of different things that I can incorporate into the deck as well, such as different warrior packages, such as the red layers, such as maybe, I don't know, any other warrior package in the game. Like, I could play more Inferno Knight cards to make it more consistent. I thought of playing maybe a Goki package with the deck as well, like include Goki cards to make the deck have more warrior extending areas and outlets to let it do other things. But right now, I'm very happy with what I've got. I'm very happy with where the deck is going, and I'm very happy with how I built this deck. But guys, that's just my version of Heroes. Like, as I've said, this is the new way to play Heroes for me. Like, this is just really strong, really powerful. Turn 1, you make Darklaw, you make Dragoon, your opponent can't play the game because they need their graveyard, and the Omni Negate that can't be targeted or destroyed just does nothing, and if they attempt to search, well, they just lose a card in hand as well. But guys, that is all I actually have to say. Like, I've gone really extensive on this deck, a lot of reasoning behind a lot of different cards, and I hope you did enjoy that. I hope you did enjoy the reasoning behind all of these cards, because I put a lot of thought into this deck, and I really wanted to make it the best possible deck it could be, so I hope you have enjoyed that. But guys, that's all I have to say for this video. Hopefully you did enjoy. Hopefully you will try this hero list for yourself and realize that yes, Vision Hero Forest and Fusion Destiny are very strong cards for heroes, but for the deck to evolve again, and for the deck to go further, and for the deck to have more possibilities, you need to get rid of these cards that lock you into heroes and try new things. But anyway, guys, that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one, where I'll hopefully be showing you some hand testing with this deck. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to check the links in the description below, and I'll see you guys later. Robot1 signing out. New heroes are here. Bye all.